Man, I appreciate you having me on, Coach G. I know you've been rolling with speakers. I mean, what are we on now? Week four, three, four?
Actually,
I don't
week
even know the day
week
now. It seems
week
like
five, coach.
week five. That tells you how bad it. I'm just all out of sorts right now. I'm ready to get back to the grass, get back to the field.
Amen.
Um, so I'm excited to be back, guys. I'm going to talk about tunnel screens today, different variations we do. I think is very vital on different offenses. You got to have a good screen game. At this year at Marvin Ridge, I thought we had one of the better screen games around the area. I'm not bragging or nothing. I see a lot of film. I just think we had a good variety of screens. We did a good job with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it and show y'all, man. I think you'll enjoy it. Um, our philosophy on things we want to do. We want to get obviously the athletes in space, get the ball to them. I know we don't have a burner type of guy. We don't have a guy that runs 4-4, 4-3, 4-5. We don't. But we got some guys that's got a little bit of wiggle that helps us. I really think it's big because it's easy throws for quarterback. I'll show you the percentages. I got a slide coming up, but I think our quarterback this year was like almost 74% on screens this year, which is awesome. I think it gives O linemen, if you're pretty athletic, gets them second, third level. Plus, I mean, I'll say this: secondary does not like to see O linemen coming at them. They don't like to see that at all. So that's a good thing to do too. Make the defense think, not react. I think when you get the defense, you can get them on our heels with a screen game. And I think one of the most important things, everybody's getting better at D-line play. Putting a lot of their athletes on D-line. I think this helps the O-line against very good pass rush. I mean, you'll go into some games. I've been in big 4A. I mean, you might have two D1 DNs out there or a D1 down lineman. I mean, you just every time you're going, you got to be able to slow them down. I think the screen game does that. And I'm going to show today some stuff we did this year. I helped with our screen game with O-line. I got some drills on here I'll show. Why the tunnel screen? Efficient, consistent, safe. I do think it's a pretty safe play. We had a few times we did have some turnovers this year, but overall I thought it was pretty high. We had high positive plays. I think we averaged 14 yards a play on this. It might have been 13, 14, somewhere close to that. We had a low percentage of negative plays. More yards per play creates balance. And like I said, for the quarterback, very high completion rate. The big thing about the screen game, I think, that we do something that's different from others. A lot of times in the screen game, when I was coming up, when I first coaching, even I was playing in the 3-by-1 set, a lot of times we'd run tunnels to the outside receiver. Well, the offensive tackle had to get out there. You had to have an offensive tackle that can run, can move, and they had to get long ways out there. And the more and more time the defenses have gotten, obviously they've put out more athletes out there, and we were throwing it outside. Obviously, they were running it down, and we couldn't get out there. One thing that we do with our tunnels that I think that obviously there's a lot of people in the United States doing it, but a lot of people in college. But something we've done, we're throwing a lot of tunnel screens to our slot receivers, to our inside guys. I think that's something we do differently, and we do it in a lot of different ways, which I think it creates this. It creates the O-lineman can get on defenders right now. You don't if you're throwing it outside to the outside guy in a 3-by-1 set, you're never – there's times where you just can't – you're not going to get there. So I think that's real good. I like the inside slot tunnel screen, and that's something – and I'll show you. Another thing we do different, and I'll show you, is we use the wing and tight end in our screen game. I don't know how many people like to use tight end wing in their screen game, but we actually will, and we use him a lot. Okay, here we go. Wide tunnel screen. Quick width, rhythm, short launching point, limits impact of pass rush and stunts. I really do think it does limit your pass rush, like I said, especially ones that love to come upfield. Provide sound plus blitz answers. If you get cover 0, people that like to blitz get cover 1. Aggressively attack and exploit the blitz. I think screens are awesome when you get blitz calls. Create simple answers for your players, enable us to play fast. This is a big reason, I think, because you'll get into a season where more and more teams can add to their playbook on defense. And you'll get more blitzes, you'll get more schemes, you'll get more coverages. Well, the nice thing about that is with screens is if you want to blitz and you catch them on the right blitz, that screen can go to the house, and that's 6 points for the good guys. So I really do believe that's one big thing I like about screens and why they're you can exploit defenses with them. Okay. So here we go. Numbers behind our screen game. When I was at Olympic in 2018, we averaged 14 yards a screen. We completed 30 out of 40, so we were 75% at quarterback completion. Now, our quarterback, obviously, at Olympic is not as good as the one we have at Marvin Ridge. We got a pretty good quarterback. So this year, I was off on my numbers. Average 12 yards a screen. We completed 42 of 50 screens. We were 84%. I'm sorry, I was off 9% on that when I said 75%. So that just tells you how highly effective we were with a screen game. And our quarterback does a great job. And our head coach is his quarterback coach. He does an awesome job with him on teaching the screen game. So those numbers right there tell you why it's been successful for us and why it's been just as successful. If you run it in the right way and you do different variations, I think it's now if you do the same one over and over, obviously you've got to be able to tweak things, be able to get better at this. Other numbers that I thought is important. The other big reason is in 2018 at Olympic, we gave up 12 sacks for the year. Not bad. 12 games, we had 1 sack per game. This year at Marvin, we were not very big up front. I'll be honest with you. We were athletic, but we weren't big, but we only gave up 9 sacks for the whole year. I mean, our O-line at Olympic was 2 times bigger than one at Marvin Ridge. But in 2 years, we've given up 21 sacks. I do think tunnel screens and screen game has been important of us limiting how many sacks per year, against us. I don't think I'll say this. Do I think you got to throw screens? Yes. Do I think you got to hold your hat on them all the time and throw 20 a game? No, I didn't say you have to do that. But you got to limit that pass rush. I know people that throw the ball 300 or more times or 400 times in a year. You got to be able to protect that quarterback. I mean, I don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury. We can't stand in the pocket for 5 seconds. Okay, we can't do it. Just can't happen. So these numbers are a reason why we do tunnel screens. I think they are very successful. When we do get in our drop back game, they have to be honest on defense because we've run these tunnel screens. We run these screens to slow them down. So here's just some numbers we had. Okay, here's one we ran this year, and I'll show you. We actually scored on a touchdown. We caught them in a blitz like this. This is a 2x2 set with a wing. We do landmarks, and I'll show you how we do our landmarks, obviously. And our landmarks here, we would have the Y go for the corner, which is our number 1. He's our number 1 guy. Guard will come for the wheel here. He's our number 2. And the number 3 guy, obviously, will be the Mike who shows up. If the free safety shows up, guys, he's our alley player. We would count him as a number 2 and then the wheel as a number 3. But that's how we count our landmarks, 1, 2, 3. Our rat killer would be the guard here. The center would be the guy that picks up our number 3. But that's how we would do it. But that's pretty good play right here and we ran this from the boundary some. We would bounce the running back and then throw it back to him. So it's another good screen out of 2x2 we like. Here's another variation we do. This is 2x2 again. Now my drawing's probably not the best, but this Y here is we motion him across, and he has number 2 here. Okay, so the Sam, this apex player's whole defender, the Y he's number 2. The tackle is pass setting. Both tackles are pass setting here. The right guard to the play side here, he would have number 3, which will be the Mike, more than likely. The center, okay, he would actually fill in for the alley, but honestly, he would, if the wheel worked over top or if the Mike got missed, we could take him, and then obviously the left guard would be the rat killer. That's just another way we ran a different variation out of 2x2 with the tight end wing thing. We had success with that. Our first play, I'll show you when we get to film, is that play. So it was a very good change up for people to look at. Okay, here we go. This is actually an open set 2x2. Same thing. We motion Y. We're motioning him. We go for number 2 here for the hold defender. He would kick him out. Both tackles are actually they're pass set and work, having them come upfield. Guard, obviously, again, right guard, he would have number 3, which would be the Mike. Center, he would work with him to the Mike. If somebody falls in place, we can actually take him to, and then the left guard be the rat killer. I just showed you right there from a 2x2 set. You can do it from open set. You can do it from wing set with a tight end. I think it's pretty – once you got a wing tight end that can do multiple things and you can motion him, there's a lot of different looks you can give the defense and give them problems and still be able to run the football. That's what the key is, I think, in 11 personnel. When you got a tight end that can block and he can run routes and he can catch. Now I think you keep the defense on their heels because you can be 50-50. You can do some things where you can do a lot more things with it. So that's why I think tight end wings are important. And you can get some predictable coverages. Here's another one we ran. This is 3x1 set here. So in our 3x1 set, we're our landmarks. So obviously this is number one, the corner is. Number two, I would be the hole player here with the Sam, and then the Mike would be number three. So in the hole player, the Y here, the wing, he has the Sam apex player. All right. And this look here, you'll see on film at Marvin, we would go 3 steps backwards and then come back to the ball, almost like we do our bubbles. And it was actually worked out pretty well. In Olympic, we did 3 steps up the field and came back at the backwards J. Either way, I think the backwards, doing it backwards 3 steps was actually timed up probably a little bit better. I actually did like that this year. It was a nice little change up that I wasn't used to, but I did like that. And then our right guard here, he has number 3, the Mike center. He's going to help with the right guard. He can fill in for anything that shows. And then our left guard here is the rat killer. And you'll see on film that rat killer actually does help us clean up some trash sometimes when we get in the open field. And you'll see that in the film we got. I'll get back to my information with that, guys. Let me go ahead and stop sharing this. Hold on, guys. Share screen. Okay. Now, here's something we did, and I thought we had a lot of success with this. Can everybody see this?
Yeah, we're good, Coach.
Okay, good. So here's something we did. If you don't have med balls, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but we did it with med balls. So when O-linemen, you want to make sure they're never stopping their feet. If they stop their feet, they're going against better athletes. I don't care what anybody says, they're going against better athletes out in open space. You cannot stop your feet, and we call them hot feet, and you got to run through the guy. I've seen so many O-linemen that stop their feet. They miss the block. The guy goes underneath them. They go around them. And honestly, if you don't stop your feet and you run flat, because we teach getting flat, we stress it, all the time. We will have screen period twice a week, and they know they better stay flat. You're not the better athlete. I don't care who you are. O-linemen are not better athletes unless you got a freak out there. And there's not many of us have those. But I stress that a lot because I see too many O-linemen that stopping their feet and they're not running and keeping their feet hot, and then they're not making the blocks, and then we're not having success in the screen game. So what we do here on the first one I'm going to show you here, we take the med ball, we roll it straight ahead to them. Well, they have to move their feet, keep hot feet, and they have to bend down. Now, we don't want our hips, coming up and our shoulders down. We want to keep our shoulders up and things. And I'll show you here. I've got some good reps and I've got some bad reps. See right here, our guy right here is not doing a good job. See how his shoulders are down, his hips are up in the air. You don't want to have that, because what's going to end up happening, you're going to miss that block. This guy right here to my right here does a good job. You see how he's got a good core. He's got a good core. He's actually moving his feet well, but you can tell right now he's got good posture. This is bad posture. We don't want that. And there's some other good ones that good posture, but we got to keep hot feet, and that's how we want to keep it. And we toss it back. That's something we did, and I thought it was pretty successful. Again, this is something we'll just keep doing. This is going straight ahead. If I can get to it. Right here. So that's not a bad job. Guy sinks his hips, leaning over a little bit too much. We obviously are leaning way too much here, but just to keep hot feet. So on the next one, what we'll do, and I'll show you, we will roll the ball to the left or right. I think we'll go to the left on this one. I want to see them move their feet. You can watch on the next one here. So we go to the left, okay? They got to move their feet and keep their hot feet and move and get to the ball. We don't want them to catch the ball on the side of them. So we don't want them to have the ball to the side and reach up and throw it back. We want them to actually move their feet, get side to side, and square up with the ball. I think it's a really good drill. And you'll see here I got another drill, but we're going to the left again. As you can tell, we're moving our feet. That's not a bad rep right there. We've got some that stop their feet, and you can tell. And then we got other ones that, they do a pretty good job moving their feet, keeping their hot feet the whole time. Okay, here's going to the right. Pretty good job by this guy right here, moving his feet, keeping his feet hot. He didn't stop his feet. Okay. So that's just, and then the next time what we do is we don't tell him where the ball's going. He can go to the middle, we can go to right, we go to left. Just like when you got a defender, you don't know where he's going when you get in the screen game, especially O-line. You have no idea what they're going to do other than you get flat, because once they redirect, they're coming downhill to make a play, the defender. Pretty good job by us there, moving our feet, staying. Now, here's something we got here, and I like this because it teaches us landmark 1, 2, and 3. So, obviously, right here, we got both sides going, left guard, left tackle, right guard, and right tackle here. And we want to stay flat. Them guys, I have people outside rolling the ball. They're rolling as fast as they can. And I mean, they're rolling it. I tell them, you got to roll as fast as you can. I want to see them get flat, and they got to have hot feet catch that ball. So this angle is not the best angle, but I'm going to show you how we do it. They got to roll that ball, and they got to be flat, and they got to have hot feet going to that ball. Okay, the center is the rat kill. Okay, he needs to work more flat there, to be honest with you, but he is a rat kill. Okay, well, and this is a better angle here, and I can show you here. Okay, they pop up 1,002. They got to go, and the guys rolling the ball, you got to tell them, do not be, don't just roll it slowly. You got to roll it hard. You got to give them a realistic look on how it might look, because a lot of times in practice, guys, you don't get enough time in the screen game. You don't go live. You can't go live. I mean, the way the game's played, we talked about this already. We can't go live during the screen. You talking about people that could actually get hurt, but you don't get live reps with this. So I think it's a good thing to do with the med balls, and it's not any contact at all. And this was actually the beginning of camp last year when we didn't have uppers on. Just to show you another pretty good job of staying flat by the end. Same thing coming up again. Go. And they'll work flat. They got to keep hot feet that way. Same thing. Again, up, go. And that's a different group. But this shows us how much we got to keep flat, and how much we also, we got to do a better. There's some that don't do a very good job. They don't stay flat. And you'll see film I got coming up. There's some that don't do a good job, and we get beat. And then there's some that they do an awesome job of staying flat like they're supposed. They work up after 5. We keep the same rules. I know everybody's probably heard, work 5 yards and work up. So here we go. Okay, the first one. Okay, I showed you in the diagram. This is a 2x2 look we had. And we motion this wing tight end here. We motion him. Obviously, when he comes, he's going to come, and we're going to kick out the whole defender. This is our whole defender. That's number 2. That's number 1, number 2. This inside backer will be number 3 for us. Okay? As we're coming, he sees him, he eyes him, he stays flat, tight end. You see our 3 backward steps here. As you can tell right here by the slot, 1, 2, 3, come back, push back to the ball. Tight end does an awesome job here. Tackles are both inviting their guys upfield. Guard, I'll be honest with you, he didn't do a bad job here. He could have stayed more flat. Center's not bad, but that's just one way how we did it. Okay? Not bad by the center here. I'll be honest with you. Our center was probably not he was not a very athletic kid. But he helped us some this year because he was a smart kid and he paid attention. He was coachable of staying flat. He just get his hand on people. And that was one defender that we were able to get by because he actually got hands on him. As you can tell, that's a rat killer 51, a left guard. He really should have been doing a better job. Probably should have worked up more, but that's a pretty good play for us. Okay, here we go. This is out of 2x2. This is open set for us. Same look as we just had, except now that guy we had it as a wing is a slot now, and that's the same kid. That was the kid we had this year, tight end. He's going to VMI, good ball player. We played him in a lot of places this year. But, all right, we got cover 0. If you got cover 0 against this look, this is awesome. This is what you want during this look. You want people that want to blitz and want to bring the house against. So we motion him across. Okay, before I do that, our landmarks 1, 2, and if this guy's blitzing, the inside guy will be number 3. As you can see, the safety follows. He's got the hole defender. That's number 2, the guy that's coming in motion. We hit him. And our O-lineman does a good job of staying flat here. Look at our right guard here. Let him come. Let him blitz. Right guard gets flat, gets enough of him. Center does enough, and the rest, and the receiver does his job and gets a touchdown here. So that's just the way we run our tunnel screen. And honestly, guys, I think it's harder for defenders with a slot tunnel screen than it is outside. I mean, you got to think there's people getting on top of these defenders now, and they don't have to be as good athletes, O-linemen, compared to if you throw it out to the field. I mean, dude, you better have some athletes at O-line. You better have some ballers that can go. I ain't had those types yet. I hope I do one day, but those are hard to find. So that's just another way we got a 2x2. Okay, this one, guys, this is 3x1 set. And our landmarks again, 1, 2, and he's our 3. Okay, so the wing, he knows he has the hole player here, which is number 2. He's counting them. He has 2. He's going to kick out. Both tackles are still pass setting here. Guard has number 3 to the play side. Left guard here does. Center, obviously, he's working. He's going to probably pick up anything that comes across. And you got the right guard backside that he's the rat killer. Here we go. Running from a tight end, a wing trips look. And as you can tell right here, guys, our left guard, he gets out a little late, but he actually does not a bad job of recovering because he gets flat. He gets enough of it. Let me put it like that. And then we're able to get some yardage. Our guy makes some people miss and get some yardage. Okay? Now, I know some of you are going to be like, Coach, you know, some of these plays, you had some explosives, and some of you didn't have 25, 30-yard gain. Guys, if you're getting first downs, that's all that matters. We want to move the chains. If you got a guy, I've had a guy like that one time. We had a guy named Jair Alexander when I was at Rocky River. Now, that guy would have took something to the house. But a lot of people, if you don't have that guy, it's still great because we're moving the chains, we're getting first downs, and that's the name of the game. Okay, here's another one. I'll show. That was tight end. That was tight end wing. Here's the same thing we ran. This is at Olympic. We got a lot of cover 1, cover 0 that year because we ran the ball so much. So we had to run some more screens and to help our quarterback out because he was young at that time. He was only a sophomore, and we really wanted to help him with getting the ball to the playmaker's hands. So here we are in 2x2. We motion this wing. He works flat, and they're in a 4-man front here. So as you can tell, that's 1, 2, and honestly, guys, number 3, it could be him or it could be this guy that comes involved here. And we almost got this one. See him coming across, same thing. Now this one we did a little different. I mean, if we could have blocked number 11, we got a shot to take this one to the house. Pretty good job by our tight end, who does a good job of staying flat, staying on his block. He makes that happen, and we're still able to run. So that's just another look we had out of 2x2 that we did, motion that tight end to be able to get to 3x1. And that motion, guys, I keep saying this. I showed last presentation the motion. We did the same thing. We run counter back the other way. We run an RPO. I think it just puts those defenders in a bind. And I still love, like I said, I keep stressing the inside tunnel screen because the linemen can get on top of defenders now, and there's a lot of trash coming at those defenders. Now, here's one out of open set, 3x1 open set, okay? I think this is easy. We count them again. And I know I keep going back to this, and I say 1, 2, 3 landmarks. Well, guys, if you don't have landmarks for kids and you don't have numbers, I don't know how you can be successful for kids to know where they should be going. Because in a screen game, if you tell people, well, I got a man, well, it doesn't work like that. Okay, I understand that everybody says, well, you got a man. Well, there you can say you got an area, or you can say that because if you got a man, that man can be removed at any time. I've seen plenty of times where that guy blitz, and I've had linemen before be like, well, Coach, that was my man. Well, it doesn't matter. We want him to blitz. So we can't stress man to our linemen, because if you stress man, they're going to pick that man up because you told them, hey, that's my man. So that's something we can't stress. So I think that's something we got to teach as areas and blocking assignments. So 1, 2, and then obviously 3 here. Here we go out of 3x1. Our guy here does a good job. He sells it pretty good. He's a little slow on this, which is good. Because if he goes flat right now, number 3, our receiver here, this guy's going to beat him over the top for this play. He works flat. He about got beat already. He about got beat already. And my left guard here, he's staying flat. Center does a pretty good job here. So that's another way we ran it. I showed you 2x2 looks we ran, and I'm now showing you now 3x1. So we did 3x1 with tight end with wing trips, 3x1 in open set. Okay, I think it's just another variation, another thing you can do with tunnel screens and take of your advantage. Okay. Now this one, I love this one. So this is a pump and go. So in this game, we kept running tunnel screen because they want to play some man against us. They want to do some different things. So what we did here, this guy still sold his screen. He sold it. Number 2 sold that thing. He said, and we made this adjustment during the game. We ran it in practice, but we were like, Coach, they're biting hard on this right now. We got to go with it. So number 3 here, he's selling like I'm coming for my number 2 guy that's in the whole player here. So he comes, he's going to sell it. Once he sells it, he's running that seam right now down the field. And you'll see it right here. We'll pass protect this, okay? We'll flash fake the running back like we have. We'll flash fake him to opposite B gap, but that's how we want to sell it. And obviously the quarterback does a good job of pumping it, and we get a big score here. Fake, he pumps it, they bite on it, touchdown. And I'll be honest with you, I honestly think once you run it enough, you can get good at it, especially if you get people playing some man against you, like cover 0. I mean, you even get people who's running cover 1 that the safety, he's biting on things he shouldn't be biting on, and you're scoring touchdowns. I think it's an awesome play to run. You need to have something off of the inside tunnel screen, okay? So that's just one way we did it there. You see it from the tight copy guys. I mean, they're playing that. He bites, touchdown. There's nobody around him. I think you got to have something off of it too, just to get people when they start playing cover 0 and cover 1 against you. You got to have something. Now here's another one we did. I think it's good. We're in the wing trips right here. We're going against a 3-man front, 3-4 look here. We knew they'd like to blitz their outside linebacker, the guy that's in the whole player to the boundary here. We kind of knew they kind of liked to blitz him. That was the kind of a tendency they showed. So we took our wing here and we motioned him over to the boundary. Well, what we did when we knew that we told them all week, like, listen, let the outside linebacker come. He's going to blitz anyway. Okay, let him come. Well, on this one, we sent our left tackle, left guard, and center on this one. Okay, a little different look, and you can do either way. I would probably say keep our kids knew both of them well, but a lot of people can go guard, center, guard. I've seen tackle, guard, center. It doesn't matter how you do it. You just got to teach it well, and make sure all the linemen know how to do it and not confuse them. So we're going to motion him over, guys. He has a number 1 guy, and I showed you this on the diagram. That's our number 1 guy. Okay. Obviously, he's the alley player. Well, he's out of the picture when he blitzes here, and I'll show you. We've got the perfect answer for him in this blitz look. Well, what ends up happening is this guy becomes number 1. Well, just like Arias, if you told our offensive tackle he had number 2, well, he'll block number 2. Well, our number 2 defender is gone. Don't go for him. Okay? So the tackle comes off. He comes off. Well, who ends up – the Mike here, the inside linebacker, ends up being our number 2 guy. Okay, he's the MDM. That safety's still playing back. So we come, we make the play, we stay flat. You know what our tackle ends up doing? Our tackle, offensive tackle, our left tackle here, he ends up getting up to the safety because our left guard does a good job of staying flat and getting there. and we work to the safety and we make a tunnel and it's a touchdown. So that just tells you off this play of what you can do, and there's the nuances you can do with this play. I mean, we motioned over with our tight end, and I think you got to use them in the screen game. That's something we got to do a better job next year, using them, also getting them the ball in the screen game. That's something we got to do a better job of. But we use them in the game, so I think it's perfect for what you want. Okay.
Coach, got a question here.
Yeah.
Coach wants to know if you do you ever release all 5?
Do we ever release all 5? No, we have not. I know that some people have. We do not release all 5. A lot of times what we do, like I said, we will keep, both tackles on. We'll go guard, center, guard. We try to keep both tackles. We want to invite them upfield. We'll keep both of them on. I've seen some success. I know, like Coach Mones that in Arizona, I've seen him release all 5. I've seen some people do a really good job of releasing all 5. I would actually like to look into it more, Coach. I don't think it's a bad thing, but we only release really a lot of times 3 in our look, just to keep it simple. But all 5 is not a bad idea, especially if you got a team that loves to come upfield and they're worried about sacking the quarterback more if they are getting back down the line of scrimmage. But that's a good question. That's a good question. All right, next play we got, guys. Okay, here's one we got, and this is in a 2-by-2 look. So what we did here, guys, and I really, we did a good job here, is we would actually motion. We bounced him, the running back, that gets their eye candy, and you'll tell right here with the mic and everybody, they're going to flow out. Okay, well, we're going to run our tunnel screen back to the boundary side. As you can tell in this look, they're weak to the boundary. We knew that going into the week. They were just weak to the boundary. So we bounced him to get that eye candy. You see the Mike, once he sees number 3, he's gone. Okay? I mean, right now, I want to show you the numbers we have right now. Okay? And they're sitting right now they're sitting in a 1 high look here. Look at the numbers we have to the boundary. That Mike flies out with a running back. You got 3 people releasing plus the receiver getting the ball. You got 4 on 2 to this side. That tells you how much advantage we got right here. So, just this play alone, just shows by eye candy. That Mike's gone. You create numbers to the boundary here, and now you got really 4 on 2. And obviously, again, we're going by areas. 1 here, 2. We don't even have a 3 guy. We actually can get – and actually the 3 guy could be the safety that's coming back involved in the play. This is another way we ran tunnel screen back this way. I think it's a really good way to use, because I know a lot of people like to run tunnel screens to the field. You got more grass, you got more things. But honestly, guys, I think boundary is just as dangerous, because you know why? Because you get people that blitz off the boundary. If you get people that blitz off the field, you got to spin the safety. Some people don't feel as comfortable as they do blitzing off the boundary side. And I think that's one reason why tunnel screens can work a lot, And I've seen a lot of people run slow screens with running back to the boundary. But I think, I'm showing you now, you can run them back with a tunnel screen from the boundary. Okay? Good play for us. Now, here's one I really like we did. This is a dual screen. So this dual screen here. All right? We read the ML line of scrimmage to the running back side. So the quarterback knows if the DN, and I'm going to show you here, the DN right here, if he comes upfield or if he squeezes, we're going to throw the running back right now. We're going to throw it. We're going to throw him the swing right now. The inside receiver, okay, he has the first inside linebacker inside. He has whoever's inside here first. He is going to crack this linebacker, okay? Our offensive tackle to this side, the right tackle, is going to work. He's going to release and work flat down to get the corner, all right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, we got 4 people out on this one, okay? We got 4 people out. Left tackle is going to stay on. We have the screen I've been showing you out of 3-by-1. We will come here. Hey, he will go to number 2, We still got left guard coming to 3. If that guy peels, if the DM peels with a running back, we're throwing the screen back this way. Okay, you'll see it here, guys, and I'll try to go slow-mo as much as I can. We love this screen. I mean, we're going to run it. We need to run it more. He gets him upfield, goes up, doesn't follow the running back. As you can tell, we got numbers. I mean, the numbers to the boundary are awesome on this. As you can tell. Okay? Tackle probably got a little bit too much upfield. And we throw it to the running back here on the swing. Pretty good play. We got 17 on that one. Awesome, awesome screen. I think you can do all kinds of stuff out of these dual screens.
Coach, a question here is, do you want them to work inside and then get back outside?
Talking about linemen?
Coach Jackson, are you talking about the linemen or the skill guys?
I mean, obviously for a lineman, we want to work them inside out. That's one way we want to do it.
You were talking about the receivers, Coach.
You talking about receivers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we want to go inside out. Yeah, agree. Yeah, we got to do that without a doubt, Coach. Good question, though. Yeah. But that screen alone, guys, and I'll do it from the tight copy here. I think it's an awesome screen because it really gets these guys. You'll see on film here. Watch number 5 and watch them go with this because we run this enough on film to people know we're going to run our tunnel screen back to the wing trip side. I mean, they go with him, and he comes upfield. He comes straight upfield. We throw it. The quarterback does a good job of making a pretty ball here, a catchable ball. Okay, this one, guys, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people run this, but it was a good play for us. And I showed it because of how good we blocked it, with our guys. We did a really good job here. This is an outside tunnel screen, okay? It's outside tunnel screen on this one. This is not a tunnel screen to our inside slot guy. So we're going to bounce the running back here in 2-by-2 look. We bounce, okay? They blitz. I mean, this is about as good of a call you can have during this time. I mean, they're blitzing us. They're playing you're getting cover 0 off cover 0. That's basically what you're getting here. Safeties are off 10 yards. This team was not very good as far as it didn't have many good athletes, so they played off. But, you see right now they're coming. We've got them. So we come back, quarterback shows it, comes back to tunnel screen. Receiver does a good job of getting to number 1 here. Our tackle, we released our tackle, guard, and center on this because if that was a guard, he would have never got there. It's a long ways to the field, okay? So we get there. Tackle does a good job of staying flat because that safety, as you can tell, and he's able to recover and make that play, and we're able to score. As you could tell, the numbers we got to the field, everybody bid on that running back. They bid on the running back, he's gone. Perfect play call at this time for him giving us off cover 0 look and then blitzing like that. And I'm going to say this. Everybody plays good defenses. I don't care what everybody does. I get it. We're in a league where, we probably played the second best defense in the state of North Carolina behind Vance this year. You got to be able to run screens against good defense. If you think I've seen film on all these teams that got really good defenses. They play some 0, they'll play some 1. You got to be able to hit them with screens. If you don't, unless your dogs are better than their dogs, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough night. You got to hit them. That's one way to get big plays against some of these really good defenses. You got to. I think it's very viable. All right. So that's in our 2-by-2 look. All right, here's something we did. Same look I showed you when we played another team. So honestly, this was a little bit further to get to. So we motioned the wing over to get to a 2-by-2 look here. Okay? So we motion him over. All right? We motion him over. And what ends up happening is this alley defender, he really doesn't know what to do. He's kind of caught no man's land, comes upfield. So Wing here knows he's got number one, okay? And you'll see here our tackle, as we release this and throw it, okay, he lets him go. He probably shouldn't even put hands on him, to be honest with you. Should have just let him go. So our number 72 here, he gets flat. Well, who ends up being, I'm going to tell you who ends up being number 2 is the middle linebacker, okay, the inside linebacker. He kind of overruns it. Obviously, he outran the linebacker, which is kind of surprising. But we had our left guard who made up for it. This play should have been bigger, in my opinion. 72 comes off of that block, and if he gets hands on that safety, he's able to make that block, this is gone. We're going to have another touchdown for a lot bigger play. But that's just another way we ran it. Our tight end did a really good job of staying flat and getting to his number one guy. Because if he doesn't stay flat, guys, that tight end, that corner makes that play. That corner's on, as you can tell, he's 4 yards off the ball. Once he sees that receiver, coming back, he is going to make sure he's going to drive back on the ball. He sees it. He kind of drives a little too late. Tight end makes a good job of staying flat. If you don't stay flat, he's going to make that play. Okay? On to the next one. All right, same screen I just showed you 2 plays ago. Here's where you run it again. So we're in a 3-by-1 set here. Quarterback is reading the in-man line scrimmage. If he comes upfield or if he squeezes, we're throwing this swing now. This outside receiver here, okay, our ex-receiver, he's going to work to the first inside linebacker. He's going to crack him. And this tackle is going to block. He's going to stay and get upfield. And it's going to stay flat to kick out the corner here. All right? So, as the quarterback can tell here, he goes to read it. End comes upfield. Good play. Throw it out here. I don't like the angle our tackle's coming here. We got to be more flat. Because I'll be honest with you, if this kid's a little bit better player, he makes the play. We do. But he's out. That's a big play for us. That play, it's a dual screen, guys. You got both going everywhere. I think it's awesome. I think it's a really good play. And as you can tell, we got 4 linemen out on this one. Left tackle is staying in, and he's blocking and getting that end upfield. If you got more dual screens, I think it's big because now you can dictate on which side you want to go. You can read who you want to and see how the defenders, where they're going at. Yeah, that's a really good play. And it's to the boundary side, guys. I'll say this too. If you're getting trips and you're getting too high look at all this grass you got. If you're running screens and stuff and you really don't have a force player. And you can tell they overloaded us to the trip side. They brought him. He is not over the ball. He's past the ball, this backside safety. So I think it's very big you can make this play to the boundary side because you don't have a force player. There's no force. You don't have somebody playing sky and then a safety sitting here as a force player. So it makes it a little tougher. Just show it from the tight look here. Just show you what the quarterback sees. He watches that deep. Look at his eyes right now on this in-man line scrimmage. He doesn't peel with the running back, so he knows I'm throwing a swing now. That's how easy it is. It's not a hard play at all. I think, and the other thing is you're getting your quarterback time to be able to throw the football and make plays. All right, get the ball into people's hands who can make plays and help your quarterback out. Okay. Hey, this is another one, 2-by-2. I've been showing you the same one, but big play. We could have ran. This one could have gone to the house too. So we run it from a 2-by-2 look. That tight end, and this is an awesome job by him. Usually go 1-2. Well, when you go 1-2 and then 3 as your progressions, well, watch what happens. Who shows up for the tight end first? This guy here. Tight end does a good job of seeing that, and he locks on. He's the MDM now. He's the most dangerous, and he does a very good job of locking on. Okay? Well, as you can tell, now our left tackle, he gets out, Now he thinks that's his guy. Well, he has to readjust. And now we're one-on-one with a safety. Well, that's what you want. Now, guys, our guy right here, he's a bigger body at receiver. Some of y'all would have had a guy that probably would have ran past. Hey, you would have made that safety miss and you've gone to the house. Okay? But that's how if you get a playmaker like this and you got one that can make people miss in the open field, we blocked it how we want it. This guy's just a bigger body. He's not a wiggle guy, and he still gets 9 yards on the play. All right? And they blitz us, and it's a good play for us. I keep stressing this. You got to stress getting flat and staying flat with O-linemen. If you don't stress it enough and you don't tell them to stay flat enough, they will not stay flat. And let me explain this to you. All O-linemen think they're really good athletes. There are some that are better than others. They are not as good athletes as those defenders, or if they were, they'd be on that side of the ball, but they're not. Okay? So that's something you got to stress. Hey, you got to harp on that. You got to actually – I'm going to be honest with you. You got to be actually demanding on that. You got to demand staying flat, because if you don't, you're not going to be good with linemen if they're not staying flat. Okay, here's another one we did. I dual screen out of empty, okay? So out of empty here, what we do, and I think we do a pretty good job, is to the trip side, we got our tunnel screen, our inside tunnel screen with number 2 here. Well, obviously the quarterback sees number 3, okay, the inside linebacker. Watch him on the snap. Watch his eyes. Well, he's already gone. Hey, he's already leaving. Well, now we got our tunnel screen back the other way with an outside guy here, okay? We're releasing 4 on this. We do a pretty good job of staying flat. Right tackle does. He does a pretty good job of staying flat. Our right guard, he wasn't a very athletic kid, but I tell you what he did. He's very coachable. He's staying flat. And what else he does is he sees once he stays flat for 5, he works up. Well, as you can tell here, he's just not a very good athlete, but he tries to work up, and he's done what he's coached to do, which is good. Over here, okay, number 3, our number 3 receiver works to number 2. Guard works to number 3. And then center will work right here to the mic if we'd have thrown it there. But we didn't, which is fine. And that's a good read by the quarterback. So that's out of empty, guys. I mean, I've shown you 2x2 out of open, 3x1 out of open set, 3x1 out of wing trips, 3x1, with an open set, 2x2 with a wing. We motion to from a wing to a 3x1 set, and this is empty. So these are all variations we did, and we did a very good job of using these screens and these dual screens we had. Pretty good play there. Almost had a shot to take it in for 6. Okay, here's one, and this is just a bonus, guys. This is not a tunnel screen. I want to show this because obviously I think the more screens you can have in, I think it puts a bound on the defense. They're able to, you can't get a feel on what they're going to do. So we're in a stack look here. When we were at Olympic in 2017, we had a wing, and we stacked our receivers. We motioned this wing out. And you'll see this top receiver in the stack look, he does a good job of acting like he's going to sell it, like he's going to block him. But then he goes to his MDM. Well, our wing here is kicking out the corner who's playing up. We're just throwing a now screen here. And I put this on here because I think there's just different ways you can use this, and I think it's beneficial to everyone. So here we go. We motion him out. He sells like he's blocking him, which is good, which if he doesn't, I think the corner right now makes that play. He drives on the ball and makes that play. But the receiver does a good job acting like he's going to block him to set up that block for the wing guy. Then he leaves. He gives up the safety. Okay? And then we're off to the races. I think it's a really good screen. We threw it to the boundary here. Short throw for the quarterback. Okay? You didn't throw it to the field or anything like that. Short throw. And you're throwing to your athletes. I mean, that was one of our better athletes that year, and we threw it to him, and he did the rest. I mean, we're behind the line of scrimmage, threw that ball and he took that ball right now 32 yards to the house. Just an easy play. Just pitch and catch, guys. Pitch and catch. And you know, when you get that look, guys, it's pretty easy. Okay? Here's another one I wanted to show. In this look, guys, we're in a nub set. So what do I mean by nub set? So we got a tight end away from the trips. And we told her we got a tight bunch over here, way off to the bottom of the over here to the numbers. Okay, we're in a bunch set here. What happens is we were going full speed, going fast. Well, we would tell the quarterback, listen, if you got 3 for 3, we're gonna hand the ball off here. Just gonna hand the ball off. We're gonna run the inside zone. If not, we got 3 on 2 out here, guys. I mean, there's nobody here. So as you can tell, the quarterback sees it. They see it late. He tries to get over late. That guy that's coming in the picture now. Quarterback catches it, throws it, touchdown. That's 3 on 2. That's just taking candy. Okay? I mean, I just want to show this because there's so many different ways you can get the ball to your better receivers in a way without having to have – because I know people say, well, you know, we want to drop back pass. Well, I like drop back passing too. I think you got to have it. You got to have a 3-step, 5-step. You got to have play action. You got to have all that stuff. But you also got to have some things where you can get the ball out quick now and help your O-line and get it to your athletes in space. So that's just another way we did it right here, just getting from that front. Now, that's a little funky front. We ran that. We run it out of empty. We would put out of empty. We'd put one side like that, put the other side, stack the other side, and have a quarterback. We had a more athletic quarterback. Just one way we would do it is touchdown. But, guys, those are screens that we did, all the screens that we did from different variations. If anybody has any questions, hold on, guys. I'll stop sharing this and put up my contact page for you. Okay. Let me share the screen. Guys, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to email me. I've got my email on there. Okay. I've got my Twitter account at Coach Leggett78. I'm more than welcome to answer any questions, guys. I can talk to you about some of the stuff we do. I think we do a good job of screen game. We work it. Our head coach does a phenomenal job with practice organization and getting, you know, making screen game a very big emphasis for us. I can't stress enough if you got some athletes out that can make people miss, I think they're awesome. And it's an answer to people who blitz and who's got better athletes than you that think they can play cat defense and play cover 1 and cover 0. Okay, so that's what I think. That's just my honest opinion about these screens.
Absolutely, guys. If anybody has any last minute questions for Coach, feel free to drop them in that chat. And we'll get them answered right now. But you know, of course, like Coach was saying, his contact information's there. You can shoot him an email. You can shoot him, you know, follow him on Twitter, shoot him a DM. You know, we were talking before, with all the time on our hands, right? This is the time to really reach out and you know, contact these coaches, because, you know, when we get back to regular scheduled programming, man, it just won't be as easy. So take advantage of it now. You know, and learn as much as you can, man. Learn as much as you can. Implement it with your guys. I know a lot of people have started to, you know, or have been meeting with their players and things like that, and having staff meetings and all that stuff. And these are things that you can bring up, right? I mean, if you guys were going into the off season with more interest in, you know, getting into a certain topic, whether it's screens or anything, you know, these are things that you can bring up. One of the things I always talk about and ask is that coaches just continue to tag other coaches with all these talks and you know, send them to the drive and all that stuff. So, you know, this is all good. You know what I mean? So continue to do it. If you only had one drill to install your screen game, what would it be?
If I had just one drill, you know, I think you got to get those 5 linemen. I love that med ball. I think it's not much. There's no contact to it. The one we showed with the ball is just rolling them, getting them to work flat. I think you got to stress out a lot to those. I mean, your skill guys, I'm not taking nothing away from them, but they have to do a good job blocking too. But they're the ones that are athletes. They get the ball in their hands. They're making plays. If them linemen cannot make blocks in open space, you're gonna have a tough time anyway. You're not gonna make the screen. So I really like that drill we did with the med ball, and you don't have to have any contact, and it's just something simple. I think we actually did that drill a lot this year, and we enjoyed it. I think it's just as good as going against air. I mean, you got people that go against air against a lot in the screen game. When going against air, I mean, you don't want to have much contact, but you don't have much time. You don't really see it when you're going against air. You don't see the bodies flying. You don't see where things are going. So it's kind of hard to in air, but you got to get the reps. We actually had a meeting today, a staff meeting. We're trying to get as many reps more reps in our screen game. We were talking about that today. So we're trying to come up with more ideas because we were actually pretty good at it, get more reps in it. So, but that's one of the drills that I would do, and I show with a med ball. I think it was beneficial for us for sure.
How do you have? How many fakes do you guys have off of your screens?
We got about 3 or 4. We try to do. I would say the one I showed you was a good fake. I think that's pretty simple, pretty easy. There was a couple more we had where, with the tight end, we were in 2x2 with the wing, and he would go out to the corner and block him. We would fake off that. We can run him down the sideline. Another one. I think you got to have that. We didn't do that as much this year. We're probably going to do more of that because we were so good at screens this year. We'll be able to get some people play up on that. So I do think we're going to have an opportunity. We can slip out and go and make some plays that way. But we've got about 3 to 4 we have that, we'll do that. But yeah, that's a good question. You got to have something off of it because people are going to play it differently every week.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Last minute questions for Coach before we wrap this session up. Do you ever mesh? Do you ever mesh the football when faking before the screen?
Do we ever mesh the football?
Yeah.
No. I mean, we give a flash fake. I don't think we do a very good job probably meshing it, but we give a good flash fake with it.
Okay. A coach came in late. You just answered this question again, Coach. Wondering if you count defenders outside in when designated who blocks, or is it based on the biggest threat?
Well, really the biggest threat. We try to count defenders because I think that's important. You got to be able to count defender, but you also got to know MDM, your most dangerous man. Because if you don't know the most dangerous man, if you go to an area you work flat, I think it's important because numbers can go anytime. Like, they can blitz, they can show late. But I think, I call MDM most dangerous man because if you have a big threat, you got to be able to block him sooner than the one that wasn't there. But we do use a number system. We use that because I think that's simple. I think it's not hard. And we teach our guys too. We do a good job of teaching this. We say, hey, if they come off the edge, they blitz, we want them to blitz. Don't block them, okay? Whoever shows up in that area, you block. That becomes the MDM, and you block him. So that we try to teach them right away is don't get caught up in that man. But we do teach off the number system, and we will teach the biggest threat who shows up in our area.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Last minute questions? That was a good question and a good explanation, Coach.
That was good.
Coach, I appreciate you, man, for jumping back on. Absolutely, brother. And obviously you guys are doing some really good stuff over there. And that screen game, man, could be deadly when used right. And I definitely think that it's something that you guys have to rep. And obviously you guys are doing a tremendous job with it. And it's a great presentation. Definitely something. When I was watching your presentation, man, I was texting my coach because I like how the slots do that kind of bubble fake. And I'd seen that before, but we hadn't really done that. We hadn't experimented with it, but that may be something we have to go to. So it
was good. It timed up well, man. Our head coach really wanted to do it. And it was a good idea from him, man. We really enjoyed it this year. It timed up well and it was quick. I mean, they caught it and they're in stride now when they catch it.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. So
yeah.
You may see it on our film next year. Appreciate you, Coach.
Yeah, man.
Coach, appreciate everybody for jumping on, man. We got one more session after this, 5 p.m. We got